Namaste. I hope you're all doing well and are keeping safe. Welcome to the Festival of Bharat. As you all know, we are committed to bringing you content that is dharmic in energy, spirit, and intent. Our aim is to keep the torch of Sanatana Dharma blazing high and proud. We have a very unusual guest on our show today. He's a young monk, not unlike the monk who sold his Ferrari. After all, he is a software engineer by qualification and has worked for companies like Hewlett-Packard and HCL. Please join your hands together in Sadar Pranam and join me in welcoming Shriman Amogh Lila Prabhuji. He is the Vice President of ISKCON in Dwarka, New Delhi, and he is also the Director of ISKCON Youth Forum. Like I mentioned, he's a software engineer by qualification and a guest faculty at IIM Ahmedabad and IIT Patna. He's a lifestyle counselor and a corporate trainer, a designer of many Vedic courses, and of course, a very popular speaker on YouTube. So, Namaste, Prabhuji. We're absolutely delighted to have you on our show today. I know you have a very, very busy schedule, but yet you made time for us. So thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Pujita, for inviting me. I'm really honored.
So we invite a lot of different individuals who are experts, specialists, people who are actively involved in some form or the other with the spreading of the Sanatana Dharma and its beliefs, its traditions, its thoughts, philosophies, and so on. All shades, all kinds. Anything that keeps this engine moving forward. So the conversation will probably be mostly talking in English today. So
yeah, perfectly fine.
Yes, for the benefit of our subscribers. Prabhuji, my very first question, I think something that I have been very curious about is you come across as a very unusual monk, honestly. There are young monks in ISKCON and Ramakrishna. I've seen in other orders as well. But you are very approachable. You're very sociable. You're people can talk to you on a very one-on-one sort of an immediate rapport. So how do you explain that? And my tag question to that would be that can people choose to be monks or sannyasis, or is it that you're chosen to be?
Okay, so first thing is that being a monk, how come I'm being very social, meeting with everyone? Usually those who are in saffron, bald-headed, they are in the caves of Haridwar. I'm staying in city. I'm a city monk. But city में तो लोगों की city बजी होती है. How come I'm being in city? I'm still being a monk.
Exactly.
So there are two kinds of monks. One are those who relinquish their family, and then they live on their own for their own spiritual development, and then they are very seclusive, alone, like that kind of monk.
Right.
Like I'm a Vaishnava monk. So those who are Vaishnava monks, for them, when somebody becomes a monk, then for me, it is not just 5 members family. Now entire world is my family. I don't if I would have been married, my wife and my 3 children, 5-member family. That's it. But I was very ambitious in terms of having a family. I was not satisfied to have a family of only 5 members.
3 children.
Just 3 children. Now I've got hundreds and thousands of children, hundreds and thousands of sisters like yourself, many brothers, many fathers, many mothers. So now entire world is my family. So being an over-ambitious guy in terms of having a family and not ready to get satisfied with only 5 members in the family, now I have my entire world as my family. So that's why I meet everyone without any hesitation, because I know I'm meeting my family members. So today I'm meeting Pujita because Pujita is my family member. So that is why I'm that kind of monk. So that's why I'm very approachable. I socialize, I talk to people, I listen to them, I connect with them because I see that I'm talking to my family member. So that's why there is no hesitation. Although by birth, I was introvert by nature, but I could see that being introvert would be an obstacle for me to connect to the people and connect them to the grace of God. So that's why I practiced another nature, which is being an extrovert. So now I got 2 natures. One is by birth, one is which I have practiced. So when I'm alone, I'm introvert. I'm doing meditation. I'm doing introspection on Shastra, scriptures, the words of God, done. Once I'm out, I'm meeting, well, I change my nature to the with the nature which I have practiced, being an extrovert. So because this nature was more conducive in connecting with the people, connecting people to God, listening to the doubts, socialize with them. So that's why I practiced it. Regarding monks being chosen, that Lord chooses them. Akkad bakkad bambe bo 80 90 pure 100 okay, monk. So mein laga bhaga cho nikal ke bhaga monk. No, it is not like that. Although God can certainly send few who act as a monk, who are like exclusively, they dedicate themselves, their intellectual energy, their verbal energy, their physical energy, just to uplift the level of consciousness of the masses. Lord can choose them, but it doesn't mean that nobody can choose to be a monk, because ultimately God is the one who has the exclusive privilege to appoint somebody as a monk. We can also choose to be a monk. So to be a monk or to be a monkey, it is choice.
But those impulses have to come from within, right? That it cannot be that मेरे पापा monk थे, मैं भी monk हूँगा और मेरे बच्चे भी monk, ऐसे नहीं होता ना. You have to.
पापा अगर monk होंगे फिर मैं monk नहीं हो पाऊंगा, because my father because a married man can reproduce a monk. I know.
That was
I understand.
Oxymoron. So,
but yes, we choose association. Association infuses desires. Bad association infuses bad kind of desires. Saintly association infuses spiritual desires.
Right.
And once those desires have become very concentrated, and then one can choose to be a monk. That okay, I would just dedicate my life in the service of God and humanity. That's it. But this desire would come by association. So we should be very
careful. Vasanas that we have, we carry from our previous birth.
I'm sorry?
Some vasanas that impressions that we carry from our previous birth, that also steers us in a certain direction.
Exactly. But one thing is that becoming a slave of the vasanas. My vasana is saying that okay, go for this person and then go, and that's it. But there are people who fight against this vasana. So vasana is basically deeply embedded sanskars. The sanskars are not so deep, they are known as sanskar, but then when they become very deep, that's vasana. But vasana has to be conquered by fighting against it. This human form of life is to fight. That's what Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Give up all lethargy and fight. Give up all sense of proprietorship and fight. You should just fight for the sake of fighting. You should fight. Somebody will think, my God, what
the monk and fight.
Fight.
He's not saying peace, he's saying fight.
Yes. But fight against the vasana. Right. So that's why this human form of life is there. Even a monk can have some vasana. But he has chosen to fight against this vasana, not to be driven by the vasana. So in the beginning, there can be some pitfalls. It can happen. But as he keeps on fighting, so he becomes more experienced. So spiritual muscles also become stronger to fight against vasana. And vasanas also, having a battle from past so many years, vasanas also become weak. My God, this guy is quite stubborn.
Relentless.
Yeah. So in a due course of time, he's able to conquer the vasana. So everybody is having some kind of desires, some kind of database of desires, but we can always choose to uplift ourselves from that current state of existence, which is full of vasanas, sense gratification, madness to exploit something or someone. We can always transcend it, but one should be courageous enough to fight it. And that's why Bhagavad Gita was spoken on a battlefield. Otherwise, Lord Krishna would speak in Dwarka also. He would have invited Arjuna to Dwarka.
Why the battlefield? Very true.
Yeah. He would have invited Arjuna to Dwarka, and they would have ruabza and some French fries, and they could have Bhagavad Gita on a sofa. Satyabhama, bring some parathas as well.
Yeah,
why not? But Lord Krishna chose to speak Bhagavad Gita on the battlefield, because ultimately we are to have this fighting in our battlefield. But for Arjuna, battlefield is outside. We have battlefield inside.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.